What's up, guys? So, you probably just saw that I washed the Optima. And the reason I washed the Optima is because it was nasty. And the reason I did not wash the Optima by hand at my house like I normally do is because it was really nasty. And I didn't want to get my wash mitt all gross. Also, our house is for sale and we had a showing, so I needed to be out of the house, and that is why I did not wash it at home. But that is not what this video is about. This video is about something that I feel fairly strongly about, that I want to kind of give my 2 cents about. Now, what we are talking about is texting and driving. I know it's a big one. I know most people are in agreement that it is a bad thing and that it should be illegal, which it is now. But there are still lots of people who do it. Just the other day when I was driving to the climbing gym, I saw a girl who was about my age, probably a little bit older, probably in college, drive for about probably like a full minute scrolling through Instagram on her phone. So not even texting, but just on your phone in general is just as bad. And she was scrolling through Instagram going 65 on a 2-lane road with no buffer between 2 lanes going the other way on the other side. And she was looking at her phone for an entire minute, looking up probably every 5 to 8 seconds, which is not enough. If anything, that's how often you should look down at your speedometer, and even then it's like that's looking down a lot. And I just thought she is so lucky that she doesn't get hit by someone else doing the same thing and doesn't hit anyone else because of it. I couldn't help but think that, like, I could watch this girl die at some point driving next to me if she makes a mistake because she's looking at her phone. And that is a scary thought. I don't want to see anyone die. And the fact that I can see you on your phone is just as bad. And I didn't know what to do because I had no way to stop her. I had no way to tell her to get off her phone. She was blaring music. She never once looked over at me. I drove right next to her, like side by side for probably 5 minutes. She never once looked over at me. So I don't know. My thing is, guys, most cars these days have hands-free. I know, obviously, lots of cars don't. I know, like that. I mean, our classic truck obviously doesn't. My dad's Porsche doesn't from 2000. But most cars have hands-free. Definitely use that. But texting, you don't need to do it while driving. You can wait. It can wait. It really can. I call my friends whenever I'm in the car using hands-free so that I don't have to text them, and they immediately text me back. And that's the other thing. If you get a call, maybe you should call back. If they called you, there's probably a reason that they called you and not texted. So call people back when they call you. Don't text them back. There's most likely a reason that they called. And for me, that reason is almost always that I'm in the car. And if I'm in the car, I'm not going to text you back. So texting me after I call you isn't going to do any good because I called you for a reason. But I digress. I don't know the statistics exactly for like how far you go every time you glance down at your phone, but I know that it is a lot further than you would think. We're talking multiple hundreds of feet that you are not looking at the road at all. And it does not take long. I mean, it could take it could take 1 second and there could be an animal that was on the side of the road that's now in the middle of the road that you have to swerve to avoid. And it's just crazy. Like, why? You could kill an animal, you could kill a child if they run out, you could kill yourself by hitting something. Texting and driving doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. I seriously don't. And teenage drivers, we're the worst about it. And I say we are because I'm a teenage driver, although I don't text and drive. In fact, most of the time when I get into the car and I am behind the wheel, I put my phone in the center console so that I can't even get it. That it's more work for me to get it than it would be to just wait. And honestly, I never miss out on anything. I have never missed out on like getting to hang out with people or anything just because I don't text while I drive. It's never been a problem for me. And you get to where you're going safely and you don't die. And your friends and family seem to like it when you don't die. So that's a good thing. It's a good bonus. While we're on the topic of things you should not do while driving, I'm gonna rattle off a couple more. Read anything, even a map. Is that a Ducati? Ooh, that's a Ducati. Yeah, I like Ducatis. Okay, don't read anything. Don't read a map. If you are putting directions into your phone, have it tell you the directions. I know it can be annoying. It's interrupted of one of my videos. If you have seen the E85 video, then you know what I'm talking about. But I know it can be annoying when you know where you're going. Like if you're just trying to get to a highway and you know how to get to the highway, but you don't know where to go after that. It's annoying for the beginning. Just bear with it. It's better than trying to type it in once you're going or anything like that. I would say anything phone related, if you have to do something, start music, anything like that. If you have to do it before you start driving. Every time. But also don't do makeup, don't read maps, get a passenger to do that. If you don't have a passenger, figure out where you're going before you leave, because you don't want to be doing that while driving. Don't do makeup, always wear your seatbelt. That's another one I don't get. Why do people not wear seatbelts? Like, it really, I can't think of one logical reason why I would not wear a seatbelt. It takes an extra 2 seconds when you sit down, if that. Your car makes annoying beeps if you don't. And all it can do is help you. There's no situation in which a seatbelt doesn't help save your life. So what's the point in not wearing it? I don't get it. The other thing I don't get is people who don't check their mirrors. I check my mirrors all the time. I don't understand how people can go. I've been in cars with friends where they've gone to change lanes and they've almost hit somebody and they're like, oh, I didn't even see him. And I'm like, what? I'm in the passenger seat and even I saw him. I saw him like a mile ago when I looked back there. Why are you not looking back there? Crazy. And turn to check your blind spot. They tell you to do that in driving school for a reason. Just no matter how well your mirrors are set up, there is a blind spot somewhere. We talked about blind spots in the Mustang review I just did. Cars have blind spots. You have to check them. You can hit somebody if you don't check your blind spot. I just saw like a Tesla SUV thing. I don't know what that is. If anybody knows, let me know, because I didn't know Tesla made a little SUV. It looked like, it was kind of like a little, like a Nissan Leaf looking thing, but it had a Tesla badge on the front. I don't know what that is. Someone let me know. Here's another one. Turn signals. Use them. They're there for a reason. Same thing as a seatbelt. They don't just put them in there to follow regulations and rules and stuff. They're there because they're useful. There's so many things you can do to be safe on the road. I don't understand why people choose to not be safe. The only thing that not being safe does, these small little things that you can do to be a safer driver, are just, they're easy. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. So I'm going to end this one with a question. What is the craziest thing you've ever seen somebody do while driving? Go ahead and leave it down in the comments. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Everything is in the description. You guys know the drill. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.